Hello and a very warm welcome. This is the news on NTA International News. My name is Justin Bemui and here are the top stories. President Muhammadu Buhari returns after attending Russia-Africa Summit and economic forums in Sochi, Russia. Onslaught against smuggling gains ground. Niger Kogi Command of Nigerian Customs intercepts petroleum truck laden with foreign rice. Former chairman of Pension Reforms Tax Team, Abdurrashid Maina, to be remanded in correctional custody. A National Human Rights Commission sets yardstick that will improve human rights in Nigeria. Well, thank you very much for joining us. Nigerians at home and in the diaspora have been reassured of the unshakable resolve by the federal government to do everything within the limit of the law to support, protect and encourage them to prosper in the pursuit of their legitimate means of livelihood. President Muhammadu Buhari stated these at a meeting with leaders of the Nigerian community in the Russian Federation on the sidelines of the Russia-Africa Summit in Sochi. State House correspondent Adam Sambu has the details.
Peace and unity. They came from far and wide to catch a glimpse of the Nigerian leader, get updated on the situation at home and show appreciation for his genuine efforts at dismantling obstacles to national development and indeed taking the country to the next level.
On behalf of the Nigerian community, we appreciate your effort even to build this relationship by coming to Russia because of the concern you have for our nation.
We know the importance of friendship to Russians. When you are a friend to Russia, they can die for you. What you are doing in Nigeria, it is doable. Other countries have passed through it.
And we would like to thank Mr. President for breaking a record, because it's his government that have ever paid Nigerian students their stipend complete whole year. So we really want to appreciate you.
Flanked by the governors of Gombe and Zamfara states, the Minister of Mines and Steel Development, as well as the Nigerian ambassador to Russia, President Buhari, takes pride in the notable achievements by the diaspora community in various fields of endeavors. The government, he said, truly appreciates their huge potentials in accelerating development, saying, however, that this can only be achieved if they put Nigeria first in everything they do.
You, as the face of our country and the world, would judge our nation based on your conduct and character. In whatever legitimate engagement you find yourself, you must strive to excel and be the best. You must not forget home. You are some of our best and brilliant brains, and your resources, skills, and talents can positively impact Nigeria.
The president used the opportunity to brief his guests on the reforms being implemented in critical sectors of the Nigerian economy to make life better for all.
We focus on key import substitution programs, especially in agriculture and manufacturing, to create jobs for our youth so they can earn a decent and honest living. We also introduce our social investment programs that target some of the most vulnerable citizens and communities. We are already seeing results, and we shall continue to push forward. This is a long journey, and I am confident that in the long run, our efforts will positively impact Nigerians.
President Buhari described as logical Nigeria's renewed partnership with the Russian Federation in view of the many similarities they share. He said Russia, like Nigeria, is pushing an economic diversification agenda that will reduce its reliance on oil and gas by focusing on key job-creating sectors.
The diversification agenda focuses on manufacturing, solid minerals development, and agriculture. Coincidentally, these are also the areas our government has been developing in the past 4 years. We intend to collaborate in areas of oil and gas, agriculture, and solid minerals development. Many of you are aware of the massive Ajakuta steel plant as the most tangible symbol of this relationship.
The governing APC, he said, is also making steady progress and delivering results in fighting corruption and securing the country for a sustainable future. From Sochi, Russia, Adamu Sambu, NTA News.
Meanwhile, President Muhammadu Buhari is back in Abuja after a very successful outing at the first ever Russia-Africa Summit and Economic Forums in Sochi. State House correspondent Adamu Sambu reports that several investment deals were secured and high-level commitments critical to the economic well-being of the country extracted. And details of this report will come in our subsequent bulletin. Now, turning to judicial matters, the Federal High Court sitting in Abuja has ordered that the former chairman of the Pension Reforms Stacks team, Abdulrashid Maina, be remanded in the correctional custody pending the commencement of his trial for alleged corrupt enrichment. The presiding judge, Justice Okon Abang, gave the order following the arraignment of Maina and his son Faisal. Olabode Ariwa now reports.
Maina, his son Faisal, and Common Impulse Investments Limited, a company allegedly linked to them, were accused of laundering $3.7 million and 2.3 billion naira between 2011 and 2016. The defendants pleaded not guilty to all the count charge preferred against them. Counsel to Maina, Ahmed Raji SAN, pleaded with the court to grant bail to his clients. On the bail of the defendants, counsel to the EFCC, Salisu Abubakar, argued that the bail application for the first defendant was preemptive as it was filed before the arraignment. The court granted adjournment and ordered that Maina be remanded in correctional custody until the 30th of October, when Maina's trial is expected to commence. Maina's son Faisal was arraigned on 3 counts charge of allegedly concealing 230 million naira. He is to be remanded in police custody until the 6th of November.
The court refused us to take in our bail, so motu, saying that once he has not been arraigned, we cannot file an application.
We were ready for the trial today, not because they objected. We have our witnesses involved.
Meanwhile, the court has dismissed the suit filed by the Center for Awareness and Justice, seeking to annul President Muhammadu Buhari's appointment of Ahmed Rufai Abubakar as the Director General of the National Intelligence Agency. Justice Okon Abang held that the appointment was within the constitutional powers of the President, pointing out that the matter was filed out of time. In Abuja, Olabode Ariwa, NTA News.
In the meantime, the Supreme Court has upheld the election of Nyesom Wike as governor of Rivers State. In a unanimous decision, the 7-man panel led by Justice Ejembi Eko upturned the decision of the Court of Appeal. The governor approached the Supreme Court after the Court of Appeal has upturned the decision of the Rivers State Governorship Election Petition Tribunal, which upheld the election of Governor Nyesom Wike. The court upheld the 2 appeals brought before it by Governor Wike. In order to ensure that the country improves on its human rights obligations, National Human Rights Commission has put together the concept note on annual human rights summits, and Omeka Marachuku reports.
Over the years, the country has been facing a number of challenges with respect to fulfilling its regional and international human rights obligations, despite attempts by the National Human Rights Commission in this regard. In view of this, the Commission is engaging stakeholders on the need to improve on fulfilling human rights reporting obligations.
You'll agree with me that at this point in time, we need this at this very point in time in our history, because there are so many human rights challenges facing us in the country. We are happy that the President himself has acknowledged the kind of challenge the Commission has, and has supported us through the budget.
The annual Human Rights Summit will address the 2009 United Nations Protection Action Plan, which enjoins Nigeria to establish a national consultative forum as a platform for dialogue for human rights issues in Nigeria. In Abuja, Omenka Marchuku, NTA News.
The Niger-Kogi Command of the Nigerian Customs Service has intercepted a diesel tanker used for the importation of foreign rice into the country, brought through its axis. The Comptroller of the Command, Yusuf Abba Kasim, disclosed this while conducting newsmen round its warehouse in Mina. Fatima Usman reports that the command also briefed newsmen on its activities in the third quarter of 2019.
The DAF diesel tanker conveying foreign rice was apprehended at Diko Junction after coming into the country.
On our own, we'll boost intelligence gathering so that we can catch them.
Other seizures done during the month of October are yet another 950 bags of rice in one DAF 10-tire truck, 4 Toyota Corolla saloon cars conveying a cumulative of 135 50 kilograms of foreign rice, and another 397 bags discovered within the forest suspected to be hidden by smugglers. Other seized items are 2 Toyota RAV4, 4 Toyota Corolla, a Peugeot 207, as well as Mazda Primacy cars.
It is worrisome to note that some Nigerians remain unrepentant, even as they continue to lose.
The command further gave highlights of its activities in the third quarter to include the seizure of 3,521 50 kg of foreign rice with a duty value of 62 million, 29 vehicles with duty value of 32 million, and 1,018 bales of second-hand clothing. The command, popularly known as Niger Kwara Kogi Command, is now Niger Kogi Command, following autonomy granted the Kwara Axis in July this year. In Mina, Fatima Usman, NTA News.
Illegal refiners and other criminal elements across Nigerian waterways have been warned to desist from it or be ready to face the law. Commander NNS Jubilee Commodore Monday Onuhire gave the warning in Ibeno local government area, Akwa Ibom State, while handing over 257 drums of suspected illegally refined AGO to Nigerian Security and Civil Defense Corps. Calvin Samuel reports.
The Nigerian Navy ship Burutu Y on a patrol at sea arrested a wooden boat with products suspected to be illegally refined automotive gas oil, AGO, but the boat was said to have capsized in the process as a result of heavy wave. This caused the product to drift towards a Thai community in Ibuno local government area of Akwa Ibom State, where it was secured until the arrival of the team of Nigerian Security and Civil Defense Corps. Presenting the 257 drums to the main of the Nigerian Security and Civil Defense Corps, the Executive Officer NNS Jubilee, Navy Captain Adedotun Ayo, says the arrest was in line with the Chief of Naval Staff's directive in ensuring safe and secured waterways that will enhance the economic growth of the country.
The activities of these illegal refiners is of great damage to the environment and cease from operating illegal refineries. The Navy will continue to do everything within the resources made available to arrest anything that is involved.
I promised them that the Corps will do thorough investigation concerning this.
The village head of our Thai community, Obon Koresien, while commending the effort of the Nigerian Navy, appealed for adequate security system and other social amenities that will enhance socio-economic activities in the area. Kevin Samuel, NTA News.
You're watching the news on NTA International, reaching you from Abuja. We'll take a break now and be back shortly.
Maybe say now today or 4 days when my girls won't come visit me, I need to come go expire.
Oh, my guys, they can't follow me watch this match. I must not fold the hand.
Babe, what's happening now? Sorry to disappoint you, but my subscription don't expire.
The match is not on my GoTV package.
Now your holla be that. I beg, give me your phone. Make I show you how you go take Dua for my GoTV app for your phone.
Life is so much easier with my GoTV app. make payments, clear error messages, change your package. You can also check your due dates and keep abreast of your payment history. The new My GoTV app is everything you need in one place. So what are you waiting for? Download My GoTV app now from Google Play or App Store to enjoy the easy life. GoTV. Live it, love it.
NTA has gone mobile. Catch your favorite programs anywhere in the world by going to Play Store on Android and App Store on iOS. Search for Vision TV UK, download and install. Then you're good to go.
Well, thank you very much for staying with us. The Nigerian Army has deployed troops to 34 states of the Federation for different internal security operations. The Chief of Army Staff, Lieutenant General Tukur Buratai, announced this in a message at the graduation of the Indigenous Language Proficiency Course 6. Defense correspondent Ismail Musa reports.
In view of the nature of emerging crime and proliferation of sophisticated weapons in the country, the Nigerian Army is exploring multifaceted approach to combat challenges of insecurity across the country through enhanced intelligence.
Ability of troops to adequately and professionally respond to these security challenges depends on reliable intelligence, which is partly contingent on the ability to communicate with the local populace.
To the Director of Nigerian Army Resource Center, the adaptive nature of domestic security environment and the need for proactive intelligence report necessitated the language proficiency course.
Without information, you can't have intelligence. It is information that is processed to get intelligence. So that is a major reason why we have to continuously run this program.
141 officers and soldiers participated in the 6th edition of the 8 weeks course in Hausa, Yoruba and Igbo. Ismail Musa, NTA News.
In the meantime, Minister of Defense Major General Bashir Magashi says priorities given in the 2020 budget estimate for the defense sector to enhance operational capabilities of the Nigerian Armed Forces. At the budget defense before two committees of the Senate and House of Representatives, the minister dwelt on the need for recruitment of more personnel for all the services. National Assembly correspondent Abdullahi Aminu reports.
In the budget proposal before the Senate committee under the chairmanship of Aliyu Magatakar Dawamako, the minister said additional allocations are required to achieve the required operational capability of the country's armed forces, notably barracks rehabilitation, among other demands. At the House Committee Budget Defense session, Major General Bashir Magashi told the legislators that defense agencies such as the Armed Forces Command and Staff College Jaji, Nigerian Defense Academy and National Defense College would concentrate on their mandates of providing required manpower and training of the personnel.
In recognition of the challenges of the millennium, a military sector with modernized equipment, well-trained in all aspects of military operation, fully professionalized, compact and mobile with adequate equipment, firepower and communication.
We want to ensure that you get the fleet and inventory that you are entitled to.
Also at the House Budget Defense was the Chief of Defense Staff, General Gabriel Oloni Shakin, who said projects and programs by the services remain in line with due process and accountability. From the National Assembly, Abdullahi Aminu, NTA News.
Time now for some business news with Musa Babalio.
Nigeria and Russia have signed a memorandum of understanding which would enable both countries' oil industries engage in business activities. Under the MOU, NNPC and Lukoil of Russia would work together in upstream operations and revamp Nigeria's refinery. It is expected that the agreement would entail cooperation in deep offshore exploration of oil in Nigeria, production, trading and refining. And Nigerian fertilizer business is expected to attract more investment from within and outside the country with new regulatory framework. The law passed by the 8th Assembly and assented to by President Muhammadu Buhari last week stipulates and identifies the role of private sector in the farming input value chain. Member of House of Representatives Muhammadu Mungunu introduced it when he was Chairman House Committee on Agriculture.
The essence of the bill is to regulate the manufacture, importation, distribution and quality control of fertilizer. And it's essentially as a result of the fact that people are engaged in the sale of fertilizer that is deficient in plant nutrient. People are engaged in the sale of adulterated fertilizer. This law was brought into force so that appropriate penalty will be meted out for the contravention of the law, and that penalty is 7 years imprisonment without an option of fine.
And the United Nations Sustainable Mobility for All initiative is to push global GDP further to $2.6 trillion. The initiative is designed to help countries identify gaps, crucial steps, and appropriate policies to ensure that transport contributes to attain the Sustainable Development Goals by 2030.
Now let's get to have some stories from other parts of the world. Thousands of people are marching across Zimbabwe